Welcome to today's tutorial. On today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a Django project in a virtual environment and push it to a GitHub repository. So let's go. First of all, you create a new repository. So let's call it example. I don't have any repository as example. So you add a readme, you apply python.gitignore. Then you can just choose any license. Then you create a repository. This repository has been created in a master branch. So let's copy the Git code and then clone it on my desktop. So before you clone it, we start up a git bash here. So type git clone So now we've cloned the example repository into our local machine. So then let's continue to create the virtual environment in this new repository. So we drag our folder into Visual Studio Code. So why are we creating this virtual environment? Why we are creating it is to isolate our dependencies and packages from other projects. Alright, so to continue, we need to open the Visual Studio terminal, and to open this we use Ctrl'. So to know if we are in a virtual environment, you type pipe freeze. If this shows your global dependencies, it means you are not in a virtual environment. Look at it. So, but we already have one virtual environment here, which is virtual env. So we don't need to install it again. If you want to install a virtual environment, you type pipe install virtual env. But we don't need that now. So we already have it here. So what we will do is that we activate our virtual environment. In some systems, you type virtual env, no space, virtual env, and then the name you want to give the virtual environment. You might call it user env. Hit enter. So it says virtual env is not recognized as an internal OS. To solve this, you say python -m then you call it out again, virtual env user env. Hit enter, and then you wait for it to load. So now we've created the virtual env. The virtual environment, if you can look at it here. So we now need to activate it. Looking into the folder script, you see an activate file. You right click, copy path, come here, paste it, hit enter. Now you have activated the virtual environment. You are in the virtual environment. So when you are in the virtual environment, all your globally installed packages cannot show. So when you click pipe freeze, there will be no virtual environment because we've not installed anything on it. So we go ahead and do pipe install Django because we want to start a Django project. Pipe install Django. So the Django framework is installing. After the installation, you can now see your packages. Sorry. You can now see your packages when you type pipe freeze. So you now have a Django, SQL pass and all that. So what next do we want? We want to create a new project. So to create a new Django project, you type Django admin start project. Then the name of the project. Virtual, or you see Django example. So when you check here, you have created a Django example with a manage.py. So you have to move in there to run your first Django code. So what we'll do, we change directory. We change directory to the Django example. So to run our first Django program, we type Python, then this manage.py, Python manage.py run server, and then we hit enter. So it's running on a local host, which is 127.0.0.1 with the port of 8000. Yes, the install worked successfully. We have installed our first Django framework. Now we will have to push our new codes back to GitHub. So we would have done it here, but I would like to show you on the git bash. So let's minimize this and then go back to our git bash. So what next should we do? We say git status. Sorry. We have to change our directory to example. So now we run our git status. So the Django example file, that is what we are pushing. So we will now say git add the dot means add everything. So when you click git status, you see every file you've added. So now let's make our commit. Git commit dash message dash and then create a string and say this is our first commit of a Django project. You hit enter. So you've committed it. First of all, it's advisable you pull before you push. You say git pull, so everything will be synchronized. Git pull Now say git pull origin master. So you're already up to date. Then say git push origin master. So counting or everything, enumerated objects, compressing, writing, everything was successful. So you type git status. Your branch is up to date with origin master, nothing to commit, working tree clean. So let's go back to our GitHub repository and refresh. Now we have our Django example project here. So this is how to create a Django application with Django on a virtual environment. Thank you for watching.